Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. It's the NC State Wolfpack and the Duke Blue Devils. Restate the state call again. Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
NC State's head coach told me before the game, this running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and Coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Guys?
All right, Holly. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Just feeds the running back. Turning it on. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. NC State, after that explosive run, might go right back to the well. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Handoff, Caden Durham. Got a little grass. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. The give to Caden Durham. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Changing the routes with his receiver. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Snags it inside the 20. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Durham. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown. Looking downfield, it's Mahan. Finds his big tight end. Down he goes. All right, guys, let's look at the big picture for Duke. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference.
Breaks away on the left. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And the Blue Devils are in the hurry-up.
On the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Drops back on first down. In traffic, it's Simmons.
And obviously that linebacker is getting up with a little bit of juice, a little pep in his step. That was a great lick. Nice job seeing the ball thrown, breaking on it, and really delivering a good blow. But how about the credit to the receiver? Holding on to the football when you're getting hit by a big linebacker in college football, that's a big-time play.
The Blue Devils back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Keeping his eyes downfield. Got some. Ball is loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? And the Blue Devils line it up with a 1st and goal. Give him 6. Wants to throw one first. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Fires to the wideout. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose. Long way to go on second down. Here's a give to Durham. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. Facing a third down and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, after giving up...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Joyner. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. Second and long here. They'll run him again. Runs through the tackle.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll make the stop about 3. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. There he goes. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, North Carolina State. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Turns it on in midfield. He's loose. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. The Blue Devils will hustle to the line. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Finds his target, and he's into the end zone. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. He's past the sticks. He's loose down the middle. The tag to the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards. Rips off another.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. These two offenses have been outstanding in the early going, and that ramps up the pressure to put something on the board every time you touch it. Hand off to Joyner. Swapped immediately. Didn't help themselves much on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 20. Moving the pocket, it's Mahan. Had to throw it before he wanted, and he gets it away.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
Working the middle. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Blue Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Off play action on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Back to throw, and they've got to go a long way. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Flying out to the left. Takes it in. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And they come up with
and the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Straight ahead, it's Joyner. He locked up and held on to bring him down. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under pressure. Going to try to get it himself. Tried to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. The Blue Devils send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Not a lot of room to field this one. No room to bring it back. NC State heads out, gearing up to go on the attack. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They stop him after a 6-yard run. The 24. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. This time they'll throw it. Trying to get rid of it. Just gets rid of that one.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can.
Turning on the Jets. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it first and 10 outside the 40. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. They'll need a bunch on second down. Out wide left, it's Durham. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Nice move to keep running. Halfway there on first down, it's second and 5. Pulls it. Got enough for the first down. Breaks it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, NC! Here's Joyner to begin the drive. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Back to throw, it's Mahan. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. 3rd and long right here. He's looking downfield to throw. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And the Blue Devils will punt this one away. That first punt was a beauty. They'd take another one just like it. On the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Sells the run, looking to pass. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there. Long way to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Out wide right, it's Durham. Snags it, and he's open. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. Keeps it himself. He'll pitch it. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Caught! He gets it in! Touchdown, Wolfpack! Drops back, it's Mahan. Rushes on. Finds his tight end. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. From the gun. Got out of trouble and throws. Catch in the middle. It's Edwards. Now we get a timeout from the Blue Devils. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the first down. Got some green grass. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. The Blue Devils headed quickly to the line.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense...
Hits him inside the 20, still going. Into the house. Touchdown. The Wolfpack might just keep spinning it after that last one. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Crosses the 45. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Press center downs going to the air. And here's a fumble way behind the line. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Look out! He's going to run it. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. They want a little extra time to think over this 3rd and long as we've got a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Complete downfield. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. Fresh set of downs going up top. Going for it all. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. 2nd and long here. Handoff, Caden Durham. Oh, he's got some space. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Touchdown, North Carolina State! Fitted in the window for the score.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
Trying to set the tone with the run. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. To throw, it's Mahan. Rush right in his face. He'll try to do it himself. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's 3rd down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the 1st down on 3rd down.
The give, Quentin Joyner running right. Stopped right there. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter and get a stop on 3rd, that should really help their confidence.
And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really intercepted for the 11th time. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. 6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Here's Durham one more time. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a 1st down for this offense. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Buying time to his right. He'll pull it down. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive. They'll move the wide receiver. On the option. Now the toss. Wide open spaces. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Great job by the back. Sets his feet. It's Mahan. Back's got it on the screen. At the 35, he's got room. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. Hits inside. It's Edwards. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Going with the counter play here. They were all over it. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. Max got it on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down. And the Blue Devils will send out the punt unit. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Finds his way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Rides to the back. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. NC State, after that explosive run, might go right back to the well. From the gun, it's Durham. Could be an alley. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Offense lining up quickly.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but
nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. NC State going up tempo.
And this defense has had enough. They've been burned by this guy one too many times already in this game, and they've been trying to make the adjustments on the sideline and in the locker room, and finally they're able to get to him. And they did it because all 11 guys were on the same page. It wasn't just one guy trying to be a hero and get out of his gap. Everybody did their job, and they got him down for a big loss on that side.
They get him stopped, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Unloads to the right. It's caught. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Sells the run, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Here's a give to Durham. Right down the gut of the field. All the way. Touchdown. They'll start on the ground with Quentin Joyner. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Always impressive to grind through in the late season and get a solid victory, and now it just keeps rolling as we turn our attention to what's in store for next week. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Walker to throw. Unleashes it on the run. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Get a big play like that last one, you flip the field, you change the momentum. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. This time they'll throw it. Shoots it to the left. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces a 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Stepping to the right. They'll knock him down right at the 35 line. Still a lot of ground to cover to get to the 1st down marker. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Caden Durham again. There he goes. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Handoff, Caden Durham. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Just had to get rid of it.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Running inside, it's Durham. Got to 1st down, and he's brought down after a nice gain. NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. On 1st down, it's Durham again. There's some room. He is run out of bounds right at the 10-yard line.
And there's a coachable moment for that young man right there. It's a nice run. Your team's got the lead late, but because of that, you cannot go out of bounds before you get to 2 minutes. If you go out, the clock's going to stop, and that's a coachable moment, something he'll learn from moving forward.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the 1st without scoring. Trying to get the corner. Now the pitch. Touchdown, NC State!
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future.
It's a seam wide open! And the defense was on its heels after that long completion. This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The Blue Devils trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quick completion to the right. Breaks into the open. Pulled to the ground. And the Blue Devils looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Trying to squeak through the pile. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
I think you run that ball right.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. There is a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident, David. They were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.